We couldn't hear you a second ago. Yeah, here we go. What's up with it? Shalom, Israel. All right, let's go ahead and get that clip going. If we could, Hamagabah. Shalom, Israel. You know what it is. This is Kentucky 8 Podcast. Shalom, Israel. You already know what it is. Clap that up. It's a Kentucky 8 Podcast. In the building, getting it in. All right. We still waiting on a few more brothers to come on in the stream, but let's just get an introduction in. This is the Kentucky 8 Podcast, where we talk about the most important issues dealing with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Lord's chosen people, the princes and princesses of Israel, the most people, the only people that matter, the people that the whole globe circulate around. You know, even though we're on the bottom, we're the ones who this whole world's who matters the most in this world. You understand? Right. Nobody else. So once more brothers get on, we're gonna give a good background on all brothers, a good introduction. My name is Captain Kapash. I'm in the Israelite. I'm a captain in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We teach the truth about the Bible. I learned about the truth when I was in college, trying to learn about the world, learn about our people. I was really seeing the plight of our people and how leg up the white man has, and how our people was down below the white man. You understand? As I start being exposed to new things. So it drove me into learning why my people were down and the white man was up. You understand? And that's what made me come into the truth. That's what made me find the truth, because I started searching from there. You understand? I searched in the libraries of the top colleges in the top college in Indiana. It's one of the biggest libraries in the world. And I was looking in that library, looking for the truth, and I could not find the truth in that library. I found the truth at the Israelite School of UPK, I.S.U.P.K, man. That's where I found the truth about where we came from and our people. You understand? And that's how we led up to today, where, you know, the I.S.U.P.K has changed my life. All right. We're going to go to the next man. He's going to give a breakdown of who he is and how he came into the truth. And then we'll get into it once all the brothers are here. Go ahead.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Can y'all hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Most High in Christ. Hey, I'm Officer 5000, the Partizan Alabama. You understand? I came into the truth, basically trying to figure out who I was as a person, which is, you know, majority of Black people. You know what I mean? At some point in their life, they be like, you know, where I come from. I'm trying to see, you know, trace myself back to Africa. You know, I was that type of brother where I wanted to just see where I came from. And so in my search, you know, I read a book from Babylon to Timbuktu. And after I read that book, I was like, Jews, Black people, right? And then from there, I just did a whole bunch of internet searches. I ran across Egyptology. I ran across fake Israelite groups. And finally, I seen some brothers on the corner, man. And I was like blown away. You know what I mean? Like these was real niggas on the streets talking about the Bible. You know what I mean? And they blew me away. And so it's all history from there, man. There's no other place I'd rather be on the planet than the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge.
Yeah, right.
That's right. That's heavy. Let's get the next brother.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. This is Officer 1000 from Makabah. I'm with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Now, how I came into the truth, I always had a zeal and a love for God, but no knowledge, just like the scriptures say. So to believe in God, I started to search many different philosophies, religions, and if God existed, he would put me on the path to find out his truth. Well, after searching YouTube, I came into some Israelite videos and I was intrigued. So I wanted to get to the root of where all this came from, and come to find out, it came from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and the brothers was dropping it since 1969. And I got in contact with the brothers in Indiana, Captain Kapash, Officer Tarap, Officer Napataza, and I'm here now, one of the legendary Kentucky 8, baby.
Damn right.
Damn right. Damn right.
Levi Officer Ra, he hasn't joined the broadcast yet. I think the next man is Officer of 1,000, the Kashuan.
God. Shalom, y'all just rock the thumb. I'm also 1,000, the Kashuan.
Oh Christ.
A little background on myself. I learned about the truth when I was about 14, 15 years old. My sister was like coming home every day, telling my family, like, you know, we the true Jews of the Bible, we the real people of the Bible. And it was kind of skeptical, but I was into it. You know, when she was putting me on game, and she was showing me videos of the I.S.U.P.K, showing me videos of the brothers. And I always had a thing, I always wanted to be, I just wanted to be tough growing up. I did. I just wanted to be tough. I just wanted to be with a group of niggas that were just gruddy and gritty, you know. And I was sitting on the corner. I'm like, that's what niggas do anyway. Stand on the corner and talk they stuff. So I'm like, yeah, this got to be what I made for. That's when I came. That's why I came to the truth. I.S.U.P.K, Indianapolis, Kentucky, and Ohio, and it saved my life. It saved my life for the better. So that's why I met. That's why I'm here now with the Kentucky 8.
And damn right. And if I could, just a quick one, the Kashuan, you know, he give you just a little bit of it, but he came in here. He was still in high school. And he had to come up here to the school, and he lived with the brothers while he was still in high school. We signed him up for high school, got him a job, and you know he was thugging it out, doing the thing, learning the truth. So you know he from the jump street. You know what I mean? And there's a lot more story to that, brother. But we're gonna move on. You know, we might go into more depth on brothers' personal stories as well. How they came into the truth as well later, because you know it's a lot more to it than what brothers is only putting up. Yeah, I mean. But let's get the next brother, Matty man.
So the next brother up should be Officer 50. Mark Kawhi.
Yep, Makwawa.
I'll say that smooth. I want to give a quick shout out before the brother come on to Officer Ashar Nakwash. That brother is like an honorary Kentucky 8 because he was out there the week before when we was getting it in with that vile mob of heathens.
Damn right. Shout out to let's do a quick shout out to the chat. Reubenite boy, hey, Shalom Lord Christ, Rahal War. That's a mighty older brother. He was back in the truth and back in the day, man. Back in the old days, he was in, man. He came into Indy multiple times and told us about how back in the 80s and things in the 90s, how he was down with the school and down with the brothers. He still supports the truth to this day. He still love the truth. You know, that's a mighty brother, Rahal War. You know, he's out in Kokomo, Indiana right now. Damn right. Shout out to the sister Just Starting Paint. She's a solid sister in the school. You know what I mean? Definitely get with your husband, sis. It's about time for you to get a Hebrew name. I believe you've been in class nonstop like a zealot. Just Starting Paint. Shout out to that sister. She's out in Evansville, Indiana. Ayashallah. Oh, Ayashallah, man. How's it going, warrior? Out in Eugene, Oregon. He came up under Debar Moth out there in Oregon. You know what I mean? He just became past his officer's test. He looking good. You know what I mean? Looking strong out there. You know what I mean? And yes, we are answering questions tonight. He asked, are we answering questions tonight? We are answering all the questions. We're going to give, today is no holds bar. We giving all the scoops, you understand, about everything that happened, you know what I mean, and everything. Make sure y'all phones on mute, brothers. I think qualify. We giving the scoop on everything that happened during that time, Warriors. So definitely, if you got questions, we're going to start getting questions, but we're going to start going through the story, brother by brother, piece by piece, and then we're going to build off that. We're going to have each brother kind of give a little spill, you know what I mean, and everything like that. Shalom, Theo Cunningham, watching all the way from London, UK, in the building. You understand? UK in the building. You know what I mean? Osai in Christ. We got brother Hartford, Connecticut in the building. Mosai in Christ. Yep, Trevor Sparks has a quick questions. We definitely get it. We'll definitely get it. We're gonna answer this brother's question. Because we still waiting on about two more brothers, at least 2 or 3 more brothers to get in the video. So we're gonna rock it out. Napataza, if you could take over and answer this brother's question. Oh wait, Makwawa, you didn't give your spill. You didn't give your breakdown about yourself when you came into the truth, how you came into the truth. Go ahead, we can hear you now.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Makwawa. And also Hamakabaf, Amawangabar said it says he's in the backstage of it. You know what I mean? Definitely pardon us. You know, this is a new situation, new thing. We getting all the bugs, you know, all the way kinked out. Makwawa, can you speak? Can you speak, Makwawa?
You hear me, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and tell us how you came into the truth, warrior.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, must be.
Oh yeah, Shalom, Lord Christ. I came up to when I found out about the school. It was kind of funny. I didn't know about the truth or nothing about I ain't really know nothing about it. It's like it was ironic. God knew at one of my old slaves. He kind of told me about the truth, and he just told somebody. He said he was learning on I.S.U.P.K. So I just went and Googled it on down YouTube, and it was like one video where Commander GEN.YAHANNA was blazing on somebody on the street corner, and I knew then I was like, that's what I want to do, and I was just like, all right, so what I got to do? So next thing you know, I ended up calling like off the Padazar, and ever since then I just been rolling. So I was just. I didn't know no fake Israelites, nothing. All I knew was UPK from the beginning. I just didn't know exactly what it was talking about. I just knew I wanted to be in that, and I wanted to have that mic in my hand. So ever since then, I just been rocking and rolling.
If I could, Cap.
Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I pray that everybody going forward, Makwawa, you might have to put your phone on mute, warrior. But I pray everybody who comes into the truth comes in as easily as Makwawa did. Like, you know what I mean? It was like giving away free money. He was like, oh, word? Yeah, okay. He came right in, no problems, not a whole bunch of questions. He dived in like, you know, like it was nothing. Like I said, I pray everybody else who come in that easy, because it was, you know, that was the Lord right there that really got him in here. His whole spirit. It's like he just knew it from the jump. He wanted to be here.
Most High in Christ. Man, that's powerful. That's powerful that brothers come in just like that. You know what I mean? Like you just said, somebody told you after slavery, yeah, you an Israelite, you know what I mean? And you looked it up and you went down, got down. Like that's powerful. That's amazing. You know what I mean? So We're gonna get the other brother, Officer Kwamapar. You know what I mean? He's not one of the Kentucky 8, but he's a brother who's out here solid down with us, holding it down, doing big things, rocking and rolling with the brothers all day, every day. Go ahead, warrior. Tell us how you came in.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. You know, I'm Officer Kumapar Banyawda Banyas for Allah. So actually, when I was 15, you know, my mama was actually in the truth. You know, her name is Ishar Banak. You can check her out on Facebook. So, you know, I used to diss the truth, you know, talking all kinds of smack, you know, and
Go ahead.
Oh, Shalakia. Oh, okay, Shalakia. You know, I used to not be with it. You know, she used to pull out the scripture about weed, and I'm like, man, that ain't in the Bible. You know, and then it's crazy. You know, 10 years later, you know, I'm learning about the truth. I mean, I always learned about the truth. You know, watching videos, I just wasn't ready to come into the truth. It took me like 10 years after I hit rock bottom to actually really find the truth. You know, I had to suffer, you know, to actually come into the truth. You know, so I called Cap. You know, I called Cap nigga Paj. You know, he told me, hey, come to the school. So I used to walk 2 hours a day just to get to the school in the cold, freezing weather, just to be at the school. You know, when I first met Officer Rock, first I used to tell him, man, before I die, I gotta be in this truth, because I always knew about it since 15. He told me, man, your brother, you ain't gonna die today. You know, my life been changed and turned around, man. From being a drug addict, you know, just doing wicked things, you know, lusting off of women. And the Lord, you know, it's a, you know, truly an honor to be with these brothers, man. You know, and change my life around for the better and helping more brothers. You know, it was hard, you know, because it was hard because I knew about it. You know, I knew I was an Israelite. I knew better than to smoke weed. You know, I knew better than to date white women. You know, that's why like it was hard. You know, so I was like, if I was to go to hell and anything was happening to me, guess what? It was all on me. It was on nobody else's fault because I knew. You know, so you know I got down with the brothers, man, and it changed my life.
Damn, Most High in Christ, man. Most High in Christ. All right, we got enough of the brothers in. You know what I mean? All brothers who gonna be in for now, and we got spot for two more of the Kentucky, two more of the brothers. So we're gonna get right to it, man. We only got a little bit of time left. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, everybody who clicking the video, watch the video. Make sure you sharing the video, sharing the class, and all of that good stuff. Okay, so for most people who don't know, Kentucky 8, the name, it came from an incident. Okay, I know you might see the shirts. You might see the shirts in the UPK, Kentucky 8, Kentucky 8. All right, what is that? That is an incident we had in Louisville, Kentucky, right? As you know, the Israelites, we teach on the streets. We right in your face with it. You understand? We teach on the streets, on the corners, to anybody and everybody who walks by, who wants to stay and listen. You're going to hear the truth. You understand? You're going to hear brothers dropping it. So everybody put your phone on mute. So this particular incident, we're going to start from the beginning. All right. Officer Makabov, he's a mighty man in this truth down there in Louisville. He took out the camp, right, in Louisville. So this was about earlier this year. He took out the camp. Okay. It's one of the first times he was going to do it by himself. He's going to take some of the mighty men out there, and they was going to teach on the streets. So they did UPK protocol. We do our thing. We get out there. They teach. For some reason, the wicked and the heathens and devils, you know, crossed the line. You understand? They crossed the line the first time the brothers was out there at camp, and they came at the brothers. You understand? They came at the brothers. Brothers handled it and dealt with it. So from there off top, we already know UPK we're not going with that. We're not going for that. We're not about to have you cross the line on us and this and that. If something happens at camp, just know we're gonna make sure we're there the next week, the same time. You understand? That's UPK. That's how we do it. If something happened at the camp that week, motherfuckers threaten us or talk shit or this and that, and say, I bet y'all won't be here next week, blah, blah, blah. We are going to be there. That's how you make sure we're there. You understand? With something like that, we will for surely be there the next camp, the next day, same time, same MO, same thing. Because that's just UPK. We are not going to stop dropping this truth. And we will not be seemingly intimidated or anything about dropping this truth. So the incident happened the first time the brothers was there. It was not to Commander GEN.YAHANNA's liking. It was not to none of the schools liking. We did not like how it went down the first time. So we made sure we was there again. You understand? And we went out there again with the brothers. You understand? That's the Kentucky 8 brothers was there. The first camp, it was like 2 other brothers, Ashar Naqash and I.S.U.P.K was there also. And the second time, they weren't there, but so they are part of it. We go there the second time and we speaking. It's the same similar crowd. It's the same similar crowd, right? Of different type of protesters, heathens, jakes, all that out there. I say it's between anywhere from 15 to 50 people out there in the vicinity, right? Because across the street, they had gatherings over there. So in between 15 to 50 people in the vicinity at any given time throughout the whole day. All right. So we're speaking, we're doing our thing, but we know it was hostile last time. So we on point this time. You understand? We on point. We already know, like every time we go to camp, we on point. So we get there and we're speaking. We're dropping the truth. We're dropping the truth. They're not liking it. The crowd not liking it. They're not liking that we against Martin Luther King. We against integration. That we for all people to come up and no one else. You understand? But they listening, they hearing. There was about 4 teenagers, okay? 4 young men, about between 15 and 20. You know what I mean? Around that age range. There was about 4 of them. They came up to the camp on some hostile shit off top. Okay, they was hostile, you know, looking like they want to try to start something, right? So this is during the time where I'm speaking. I'm a Wanga bar. The brother, brothers is in the game now. Hold up, before we get all the way into it, let the brothers introduce themselves who just came in rank order. Let's get it. The brothers who just came in rank order. All right.
Is that me?
Yeah, we can hear you good. I'm a Wanga bar. Go ahead.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Also, I'm Wanga Bar 500, Louisville, Kentucky. You feel me? We on here, Kentucky Ace finest.
Well, what I did in the beginning was I let brothers give a chance to tell how they came into the truth. So if you could, just a 30, a minute, a spill of how you came into the truth. What brought you into the truth? What pulled you out the world?
Con. Well, first, I was at the barber shop getting my hair cut, and my barber, he was like an Egyptologist. I didn't even know what an Egyptologist was, but I guess that's that's what it's called. Goofy motherfuckers that just smoke weed basically all day and talk about Egypt. So basically, what I did, I'm in the world. So what I did, I went to the crib, knowing me, like I always research stuff. I don't just take nobody's word for it. So I go to the crib, so I started Googling stuff and typing stuff in, and the first video popped up was the I.S.U.P.K, with Captain Katazar. I think he was a 5,000 at the time, because this was years ago. And then, so I started following, the I.S.U.P.K, just started trying to, do stuff on my own. Just as far as I'm hearing what commandments we got to keep. So I'm trying to do it while I'm still in the world, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't working. So what I ended up getting into a car accident, a real bad car accident. Then I ended up moving down to Louisville, Kentucky, and that's when I just called the brothers, you feel me? What I gotta do, wherever I gotta go, I'm there. And then Tarak was like, man, you ain't gotta do nothing. We already did the work for you. Just go to classes, downtown at the library. And shit, I've been here ever since.
Hey, Most High in Christ. It's powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's powerful. All right. Next brother, go ahead. Rank order.
Khan, sir. I think that's me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
Most High in Christ. This is also the 500 Yahweh Thumb out of Dayton, Ohio. I came into this truth because I was a glorious fake Israelite. I lived it in every which way, shape, or form. I congregated with every fake camp, individualites. I actually ended up going to a unity camp. And it was at that unity camp that I understood one thing. This is not the truth. Every time somebody spoke, they contradict the last brother that spoke. And to me, it was like, I just didn't get it. And then the Spirit of the Lord even showed me, because we was at a cookout, and because it was one of the fake Israelites' Sabbath, we didn't have no food at the cookout. And I was like, all right, something ain't right. Niggas get together and ain't no food. Like, they don't even begin to make sense. So now, of course, you know, so the man over me, Officer Napatas, obviously found that out. And I definitely paid my due for that, but it was definitely a learning experience, and I understood when I came to I paid my due for that. But it's a lot. But when I came to the first UPK, my first UPK event, which I think it was at Officer Napatas' house, every brother right now on here pretty much was there that's over me. And I seen a unity just within that I didn't get the whole weekend I was there at the fake Israelite event. So, you know what I'm saying? From that point on, I pretty much just started hearkening to what the school said. And I slowly but surely started to understand this was the home of the truth. There was no other way to go about it. So pretty much I came into the truth by essentially thinking I was already in the truth, found out the hard way I wasn't. And ever since then, I've been rolling, you know what I'm saying, with the true warriors of God.
Shit, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. That's heavy right there. You know what I mean? Let's get to the next. That's heavy. These fake Israelites, man. You said, hey, this ain't it. Y'all trying to have a cookout. Niggas can't cook.
It's Salaki, if I could. Every brother that went up to speak literally contradict the brother that had just went up. And I was like, what kind of unity is this? Everybody saying different stuff, contradicting this brother. It was like, yeah. That unity camp will show you why that none of them are in the truth.
That's heavy. That's heavy. Man, that's a whole damn class right there. But let's move it on quickly, because we only got 30 minutes left for our show broadcast. You know what I mean? We might go over about 10, 15 minutes. But go ahead, Lacum. Go ahead, introduce yourself and how you came to the truth. I might unmute you. I'll unmute you if you having problems. You unmuted now. You can go ahead and speak. Something going on with the mic. It ain't unmuting. Oh, okay. You got to unmute yourself, Lacum. There you go. Warrior, we can't hear you. Something's going on with the mic. I don't know if you could use your cell phone too. Maybe your phone is still on mute. Turn your volume up on your phone. There you go. I think I can hear you now. Go ahead, speak. Go ahead, speak, Lacum.
Salaki, can you hear me better?
Yeah, go ahead and speak. We can hear you perfectly. Hold up, Warrior. You went out. You went out again. You went out again, Warrior. You went out again, Warrior. You may have to come back. Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead. Nah, we gonna have to come back to you, Lacum. Your mic situation all jammed up. Go ahead. All right, we're gonna have to come back to you, Warrior. Until we'll get the mic together next time for sure. All right, so go ahead, everybody, put your mics on mute. We're gonna get back into the story. So basically, now, like we said, they was giving us problems the last camp, so we made sure we was coming back to the same spot to speak to the same people to do the same thing again, because we refuse to be back down on anything when it comes to teaching this truth. All right, it's not going to happen. You understand? There's no cowards in the UPK. Okay. Officer I.S.U.P.K, get with me, man. I'll get you on the show next time, man. We're gonna be live every Tuesday night and every Friday night. Tuesday at 9 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. I'm gonna definitely get you on next time, I.S.U.P.K and I.S.U.P.K. I get both of y'all brothers on. We'll get y'all together. You know what I mean? But so we speaking, and four young men came up between the ages of 15 and 20. All right, at least it seemed like they talking shit. We speaking. They're doing the normal thing. Heckle, try to look threatening and menacing, but that ain't bothering us. Bar was on the camera. So Bar, he's standing I'm speaking, and I could tell they kind of like bucking up. They acting like they're gonna hit Bar on the camera. You know what I mean? Like jumping at him, like, oh yeah, you's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Bar, he's standing facing him. He's on the camera at the same time. That's when I said, look, we is not no Christians out here. We will defend ourselves. We are highly trained. I let them know. And then that's when all four of them, they changed their mind then. They looked at Mungabar and said, nah, you're right. You know what? Then they all backed up off of them. So that was the first, type of threat that they was trying to pose, where they was kind of jumping at the cameraman like, we jump as... All right, Salaki, for that, we're going to try to keep, Aki, make sure you're not pressing for no buttons or nothing like that. But, so, they jump at him. We keep speaking. About 20 minutes later, and if any brothers want to say anything, just unmute your mic and say, Salaki, I want to add something into it. Add something you seen during this time of the story. Because I'm going to give the main timeline. I want y'all brothers to jump in at different points to add something to it that I'm not bringing out. All right, so... those four come, then they leave. Now, this is what always happens at camp. When the camera battery dies, that's when shit always pop off. I'm going to tell you right now, it's automatic. It's a fact. It's damn near a fact. Every time the camera fucking dies, that's when shit want to pop off, which is because Satan knows the camera's down. So we've had camp. It was about 4 hours. All right. During this time, the hecklers came back and forth. They was heckling and acting and doing their normal thing. The camera gets ready to die, right? So, but the hecklers are still out there. First, the heckler came and he was playing like some gospel music with his car. Y'all remember that? The dude came up with his car. Go ahead and unmute yourself and just start talking.
Hey, if I could, sir, what you saying is so heavy because that's exactly what happened. I'm on the camera. And I'm telling us in the Potazar, I'm like, no, the Potazar, man, the battery dead. He said, well, use the other one. I say, man, both of them dead too. He like, dang, we looking at each other like, man, like we know something, like we know it's gonna get cracking now. We just knew, like, man, it's gonna get real. He like, man, just go ahead and go live on your phone. And that's what you talking about right now, because I remember I was going live on the phone, and that's when they start circling around the camp, doing the little Christian stuff. That little Christian, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that means, sir. I don't know. I wasn't in the church like that, but it had to be some gay stuff they was doing. Like, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, it was some demons for sure. Demons was rising up in them people for sure, because the dude came up and parked his car and started playing gospel music. Just unmute yourself and say Salakia. You understand? And go ahead.
Salakia, sir. No, if I could, as soon as that brother came up playing that gospel music, in my head, that's exactly when I knew it was going down. when you are subject to those demons, there's no sin that you won't commit. There's no sin you won't commit. I've seen it time and time again in a Christian church. So when that brother brung that car around and he didn't start playing no gangster music or nothing, he started playing that Christian music. That's when I was like, all right, it might just go down here. And Lord behold, we all know what happened.
Go ahead, Nakashwa.
Kind, if I could. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like I said, when I was giving my backdrop or whatever, when I was talking about how I came to the truth, whatnot, I always had people telling me, family members and aunties telling me, listening to that rap music, it make you violent and destroy and make you do violent things. But they was listening to gospel music before they attacked us. Like it was like the gospel music, they was all huddled around that con. They was all in the street. Like I'm one bar saying they was doing that little gay faggot dance, and they got violent off of Christian gospel music. That show you how demonic that place is. If I could.
Damn right. And go ahead.
Real quick. Hey, I just remember when they did that. I don't know if y'all remember this, but I remember them going across the street, specifically going to go get some white lady to go do the gay dance with them. And then they brought her over there to start doing it. Is it because you know what we talking about? Separate, love yourself, this, that, and the third. Well, as soon as he brought that car around, no more than 3 minutes later is when they came over there with that gay clap, and they brought the white lady with them. Like between all that, I just knew. I was like, yeah, it's going down today.
And so they brought but our speaker was still louder than the car. It seemed like that was going on. So then it was like I said, it was between 15 to 50 people on the block, on the area, right? So the people across the street start playing their speaker with gospel music because the car was getting drowned out by our speakers. So now it's a speaker battle. It's a speaker war. So they get their speaker from across the street and they're playing even louder gospel music. So it was drowning out everything. I think that was when the tipping point happened because you couldn't hear our speaker no more. All you heard was the gospel music. Okay. So now it got hairy because I believe around this time is when one of the attackers is just okay. So they start playing the gospel music from across the street. They start singing. That's what it was. They started singing. Everybody out there was singing the gospel song, was singing along with the gospel song. Okay. And that was like riling them up. That was riling them up into a frenzy, a Christian violent frenzy, similar to how in the Bible, they were riled up into a frenzy and killed one of the prophets. They were getting riled up the same way in the Bible. They got riled up and they killed Stephen. And they got riled up and they did this to this prophet and they did this to Christ. They were doing the same thing, getting riled up to try to kill the prophets, which they couldn't do. You know what I mean? So they got riled up. So they rising. We're still speaking, but our speaker getting drowned out. I think I set Makwawa up. Makwawa, you were speaking during this time. I was in the back of the camp with Yahweh Thumb and the Pataza and Madara. Okay. So Makwawa, you were speaking. What was going on up there while you were speaking during this time when the music started riling higher from the gospel music people, the wicked Christians?
Well, when I was speaking, I'm trying to recount. There was a lot going on that time. Around the time I was speaking, that's when they was that's when they were starting plot. That's when they basically was starting to gang up and started bringing back more and more people. And you could see that it was starting to get to the point where it was well, we didn't know, but you could see that they was plotting on something. Like you said, once they start playing that gospel music and all that stuff, then that's when they really start bringing out more and more people. Next thing you know, they kept going across the street, coming back with more people, going across the street, coming back with more people, going across the street, coming back with more people, to the point it was just like, is they gonna do something? But it took them a while to do it. It seemed like it was coordinated. All right, we gonna try to divide and conquer. So they started trying to go to the back of the camp and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, it was 100 popping not too long after that.
Right. So basically,
if I may,
go ahead, Warrior.
When he was speaking, I think that's when they first started trying to bring weapons over there. You know, the little cat came with the stick, and then you know what I'm saying. The brother in the little dirty dreads in all black, he tried to show his peace and all that. Like that's what happened when I remember. I think it was Officer Nakashwan and Officer not Lacombe Salaki, but Bakwawa up there speaking and reading for each other, and then yeah, that's when they started showing all the so-called weapons, as if, you know what I'm saying, it was really trying to get, like you said, that music had them riled up, and you know what I'm saying, they was ready to get going. So yeah, that's when I think they started to come heavy with them weapons, sir.
Right. So we're gonna fast forward straight into it. So they got to the back of the camp. Normally we would never have the back of the camp exposed or none of that like that. This time it was a specific thing. We had to be in that specific spot, and this is well how it went down. So they came to the back of the camp to try to surround certain parts of the camp. You understand? That's when it was me, Yawatham, and Mataraj was next to each other. The Patazai was a little bit away, blocking his own zone, right? So that's when they start, the dude with the gun, this when they start getting towards physical. It started getting physical. It became a shoving match, you know what I mean? Throwing little jabs and little blows. So me, I'm in my Yakarab, Yawatham got his block up and his defense up. Mataraj got his defense up, and now they starting to throw blows because, like Makwawa said, they went and got more people. They left, got more people. They left, got weapons, and then came back and forth to try to build themselves up to try to attack. You understand? So they had enough. So they felt like they could attack, like they had enough people now and enough guns and sticks, but it still wasn't enough. You know what I mean? So they swinging. I had a staff in my hand. I had a wooden staff. So they swing, we block it, blocking. Motherfuckers try to swing on Yawatham. Yawatham block, push them back, throw a punch at here and there. So now we blowing. Now it's like blows. You understand? UPK, we're gonna match aggression. You come like that, we're gonna stay. It's on. We're gonna match the aggression. So dudes doing that. I had the staff, so brothers can chime in anytime they want. I had my staff. One of the dudes, he was real close. I hit him in the chest with the staff, like the end of it. Like the end of it, like I said, like end like this. This is the end, and the other is the long part of the end. I hit him in the chest. Boom! Hit him in the chest. He back up. My chest. You know what I mean? He go back to the back of the line. Hold up. Put your phone on mute. All right. Okay. So yeah. So I hit him. Bam. So that's that. They still trying to push. A female came through trying to like walk in the middle, like she was gonna try to like I don't know what she was trying, but we had to push her out the way too. Like move, you know what I mean? This is not no play thing right here. We're not playing right now. Y'all coming up against us swinging is on. You know what I mean? Back the fuck up, everybody. We yelling back up, back up. We getting them all back. Me, Yawatham, and Mataraj. The Patazai was on the edge, patrolling another end. So we dealing with this crowd and mob. The dude come up with the dreads and try to break it up. He show his pistol and stuff. He tried to like get in front of us with his pistol. We don't care. We still telling him back up, back up. You know what I mean? I don't care. You got a pistol, whatever. Everybody back up, because y'all at this point we getting assaulted. You understand? So we defending ourselves. Bam. So that's when I hit him. I had to turn the staff around because something was happening. I turned the staff around like a bat, and I swing. I boom. I think I hit somebody. Or no, I start swinging and tell them backing up, like back up the crowd. So I'm swinging the staff back up. Everybody back up. You know what I mean? So they all get away, backing up away from getting hit. One dude come with like his own staff, and he hit one of us with it. But it come turn around. His staff wasn't strong like my staff. His staff was like a reed. It was like a leaf or something. I thought it was a real stick, but it was really like a leaf. So he hit us with the twig. It was like getting hit with a t-shirt because it bent. It was like flat, like bent. So I'm thinking we've got hit with a staff like my staff. It was just a twig, like a reed, like the scripture, a reed shaking in the wind. So we got hit with that, but that wasn't nothing. Okay. And then so he tried to swing it again. I pick up my bat like this, like, all right, we're going to go blow for blow. You hit me, I'm going to hit you. And then he backed up because he knew my shit was going to hurt him more than his shit was going to hurt me because he had a weak staff. I had a strong staff. So that was going on in the back. I think this is when in the front of the camp where one of the attackers took our speaker and busted and broke our speaker. Is that right, Nakashwan? Is that what happened? I'm in the back.
If I
Go
could,
ahead, Napataza.
hey, can I just first start off by saying these cats was a bunch of bitches. Just out the gate. Just let me set the record straight. These cats was a bunch of bitches, hands down, right? But when we got to the point where it was shoving, like I remember you leaning over to me or like saying, what you think? You think we should make our way to the truck? I was like, kind of one kind, because the shit, it like had turned into a little bit, it was too aggressive for just like a regular back up. Like it was time, right? So this was at that point, I think, you know what I'm saying, you had pretty much made the call that we was going to take ground. And I think during that time when you was about to make the call, that's when they started trashing the equipment in the front.
Right. So I know, Nakashwan, you was looking at it. What did they do to the camp equipment during this time?
Yeah, during this time, that's when because they couldn't get to us, and they was like, you know, kind of sluggish after, you know, getting their ass whooped. So they half of them ran to the camp equipment, and that's when they started picking up the speakers, busting the speakers, picking up the cameras and busting the camera, lifting up the podium. I mean, just like tearing up all the camp equipment. They was just tearing up everything because they couldn't get to us, and they was at that point you could tell they was tired before, you know.
Well, hold up though. I think you fast forwarding. You at the part where we decided to go to ground. This is right before we decided to go to ground that I'm talking about. This is right before when you were still on the podium. Did they break anything while you was on the podium before we went to ground?
Right. Well, me and Officer McQuarrie was on the podium. That's when they came and grabbed that big speaker and then just busted the speaker, like just slammed it on the ground.
Damn, I liked that speaker too, man. The motherfuckers got to pay for that. Go ahead, warrior.
Right, yeah, and McQuarrie, it was me and McQuarrie out there. He held his discipline good because, you know, I seen it in his look in his face, like you know, he wanted to take ground, but we just kept holding it down until, you know, we got the order to take ground. So it was just we had to just hold our discipline because we really wanted to jump into action. Like I wanted to take the mic and just sling it and just, you know.
Hey, Salaki, Cap.
Go ahead.
Hey, if I could, I was there the week before, so I didn't even know what go to ground meant because I ain't do Hebrew Academy yet. I didn't know what it meant. But when you start swinging that stick, I was just like Most High Christ. I'm like the water, because what they did to us the week before, man, that was some bitch ass shit. Like I was in the parties, I said they was some bitches because it was like 40 of their ass, and it was just 4 of us. It was just 4 of us. They tried to slice the brother tires, all type of stuff, but we was able to get the camp equipment and stuff up into his truck before they got to doing all that. So like I think everything happened for a reason, you feel me? Because, you know, they came up against the priest like 2 weeks in a row. A bunch of Christians came up against the priest 2 weeks in a row trying to destroy the word of God. That's all we was doing. That's all we came out there to do, was just teach the word of God, and they wanted to teach their doctrine. They wanted to join white, like they had white people with them. Then they had white people in their court with them, and it's all niggas with us. You know, we standing firm on what we believe in. They just couldn't handle that shit. They couldn't handle the masculinity.
And right, and what I brought up before you came in was, anytime we have an incident at camp where motherfuckers threaten us or talk shit or do something like that, you know what I mean? We always, if they like, y'all better not be here next week. Next week I'm bringing the chopper and I'm bringing all my niggas. That's when we make sure we're there next week. I brought that out earlier. That's UPK protocol right there. If something happened the first week and they, you know, and they talking and this and that saying y'all better not be out here next week, that's even if we wasn't going to be there next week, now we will be there. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't on the schedule, now we're going to make that on the schedule now. You understand? That's UPK. So that's why when that first incident happened, oh, no sweat. Now we're going to make sure we're there. You all right? So that's UPK. So bam. So that was it. I looked at Napataza like twice, two times. First time I was like, what do you think we should do? Should we go to ground? I was looking at him like, you know, this is why we blocking and stuff. And I'm hitting them motherfuckers with the staff, backing them up and this and that. Y'all were elbowing, you know, keeping them back. He done got to the point. I asked the Potazai. I ain't get the vibe. Like, let's do it. You know what I mean? So we held it down a little bit longer, about another 30 seconds. That's when the dude came with the gun and all that. And the dude, you know, we had to get, it was just a couple more blows being exchanged that we had to put on them. Then I looked at the partisan again. I said, man, do you think we should go to, we need to go to ground? You think we should go to ground? I was kind of saying that, but not saying that. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a telepathy thing. I was really trying to get the read off the body language of the partisan. And once I got that, I already knew. You know what I mean? Once I get that, I got that. Once I got it from the partisan, like, we need to go to ground. That's when I gave the order, go to ground. You understand? That's UPK, Hebrew Academy right there. Go to ground. That means this it ain't no more camp speaking. Now it's we defending ourselves all the way to our vehicle. You understand? And anybody in the way is getting put out, is gonna get moved forcibly out the way. You understand? Right now, at that point, that's when all is no more Mr. Nice Guy, none of that, just speaking and none of that. Speaking's over with now. You understand? We go on the ground. You understand? So that's what we did. We went to ground. We pulled the brothers off the podium. We told the Potters, I think you told him, said McQuall and the Kashwan, you told him get off the podium. You understand? When you get that call to get off the podium in a situation like that, that means we go on the ground. You understand? We went to ground. All right. That's when we, instead of us standing and blocking, now we're fighting our way to the van. And if you in the fucking way, you getting run over. All right. At this point, you getting run over. You understand? So that's what happened. We had to run over about between 15 to 50 of them to get to our van. All right. So I'm gonna just give my account of what I was going happening personally through that. So we go to ground. We got to get.
If I could, Cat.
Go ahead.
Real quick. When you went to ground, when you said go to ground and you swung that thing, and then I know you're gonna give you an account. But look, it was like turning on a light in the kitchen with a nigga who got roaches. Yo, they scattered, man. They did not want that smoke, man.
What you mean? You said after we took them off the podium and start moving?
Right, like when you gave the order to go to ground and you swung that staff and hit like you. I don't want to take away your, give too much of your story.
Nah, go ahead, tell every. I don't want to be the only one talking of it.
Right,
tell every piece that you saw.
So you swung that staff, right, and that staff broke on the nigga's head, right. And after that, like when we start moving forward, all them niggas dispersed. They was like roaches in the kitchen. When you turn on the light, that's how they moved out the way.
Damn right. So bam. So I'm gonna tell my account. We start. I'm like, we gotta get to the van. So we get into the van. I'm pushing motherfuckers, knocking motherfuckers in their shit and getting to the van. So at first it was me and like 3 or 4 brothers. Yeah, with Thumb, Matara, and whatnot. And I thought the Potters I was there too, and the other brothers. By the time we get to the van, which was like I say 20 yards away, it was just me and Matara. So we by the van now. It's just me and Matara. So I turn back. I'm like, damn, where all the brothers? We gotta go see where all the brothers at. I turn back and look. The brothers over there going to whooping all type of tail. You understand? Up and down the damn thingway. I'm seeing all type of ass being whooped by all the brothers whooping everybody's ass. You understand? So I run back over there, and I don't know. This is the mix-up right here. This is what I feel to me when I broke the staff. You know what I mean? Because I was coming back to tell the brothers, let's go. We got to keep it moving. We can't stay and beat them up. We got to beat them up and move at the same time. So I'm coming back to tell them that, and I had the staff. That's when the dude was just like in my way. You understand? I come up by the brother. He just standing there. So I'm like, well, look, wow. I hit him upside the head with the staff, and it breaks upside his head. So, you know what I mean? Because he's attacking the brothers, and he's just in the way. I'm trying to get to the brothers. He's just in the way. I knock him off out of action, and I'm like, let's go, Hakim, let's go. So it's kind of hazy from there. Because I was excited about that. And so we swing. I'm getting the other brother. That's when all y'all start coming towards the van. So this is when I got back toward the van and stuff. And it was a dude with a bike and a dude with a machete. They were like in my face. So I'm like, I got the door of the van because I hit the dude and I came back to the van. And y'all brothers was coming. The Potters, this is when you was in the van. You was in the van at this point. I'm by the side passenger door. I got the door open. The dude with the machetes on the other side of the door. I got half the staff because it's broken in half. And he got the machete. So me and him are squared up. I got a staff. He got a machete. You know what I mean? He don't want to get hit. I ain't sure as hell ain't about to get hit. So I got the door and we squared up. So Napatazar, this is when you was like, let's go, Cat, because I was still by the door. I was still had to hold off as many as I could until all the brothers, you know, everybody's like, we all here. You know what I mean?
Hey, if I could, Cap,
Go ahead.
I just want to piggyback off what Austin Potters I was talking about how when they scatter like roaches, that's because they seen us teaching the Bible, so they thinking that we soft. Like no matter how we dressed and all that, they thinking we soft. We reading the Bible, we steady talking about get back. They thinking like we some hoes and shit like that. Slocking for my language. They thinking we scary. The whole time when you say go to ground, all us step right up. Like we step right into the whole madness. So they looking like, oh hell no, they for real. So then that's when they got to running. And then another thing they understand about us keeping these laws, 24/7, 365 days a year, we building up a lot of testosterone, a lot of anger. You feel me? Because shit happens to all of us every day. And we keep our composure because we know we feel God. We're like, no, we ain't gonna do that. We just chill out. Oh, she tripping? Nah, I'm gonna just chill out. Our fam doing this, I'm just gonna chill out. But in the world, we would have, spazzed out. So we holding all that anger in. And then now it's just unleashed on this crowd of niggas, you feel me, that's trying to come up against us. And that's why they couldn't believe, like, how the fuck is they beating our ass like this? It's only 8 of their ass. That's why fam, he pull up with the truck, tell me how many of y'all it is. Don't get to that part yet. Don't get to that part yet. That's going to be for the next episode because we ain't going to have enough time to cover the whole incident. We just going to get to that part in this episode. We got to get the next part on the next episode. People got to tune in again on Tuesday at 9 p.m. so we can finish out. Because Madara, he just now got in the building. Everybody shout out Madara. He just now got in the building. You know what I'm saying? So we only going to get to the point of when we got to the vehicles and start driving off. And we'll go over the second part of it the next on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Go ahead, y'all with them.
Kind of what I was going to say is to piggyback off of what Amawan Gabar was saying. They don't understand the true priests and prophets of God are probably some of the most dangerous people in the world. Of course, we ain't going to be the ones that's just going to go wreck, rule, rape, rob, and we ain't going to do that. But when a decree is called, that's what we've been waiting on. We like pit bulls on a chain. I couldn't wait till you said, listen, me personally, and this is me being young, I was about an hour and a half before I was hoping you just gave that decree. And Most High in Christ when you did, and they seen the spirit in us when you gave that decree, and we actually stepped up and start going after them. Because remember that we been saying back up. But as soon as you say that, it was just like that, and we start going after them. They instantly got on the offensive. They were scared, running everywhere, and it got to a point when we first took off, I couldn't find nobody to whoop at first. I was like, where everybody go? Hold on, y'all was just right here in front of me. But they took off like a 40-yard dash. So what happened was I remember we went back to the car, like it was saying, the van in the car. But I remember me and Amawan was over there and we seen that our equipment was still there. And when we seen our equipment was there, we just kind of looked at each other and we instantly took off right back over there. Because we already knew if we're going to salvage anything, we're going to have to go over there right now. And we ain't salvaged nothing, but they know we was there. I'm gonna just say that.
Most High Christ, yeah. Tell the spill. Tell it. We're gonna tell as much as we legally can, because look, this is all in self-defense. Go ahead. It's all in self-defense. Go ahead.
Yeah, Cap. It's crazy what Amawan brought out was heavy because you know how many times brothers go to camp and wish they could punch a heckler in the face. I mean, it's like you go to some camps and you like, man, I would like to smash this dude. But like you said, we preach to the Lord. We defend ourselves. We ain't causing no violence to nobody. But like when it was like go to ground, it's like, oh, okay. And just to be able to hit somebody in the face in self-defense, you know what I mean? It like, I ain't gonna lie, it felt good. It felt damn good. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Thanks to Command GEN.YAHANNA. Hey, like I said, that's why, look, I don't remember much after I busted that staff upside that dude's head. Because that was like a damn near like an orgasm. I was like, oh, that was beauty. Because it was such a clean hit. It was right upside the head. The staff busted into like a million pieces. Like, blah, like it was like a movie. You know what I mean? So,
Salaki.
Go ahead, Ward.
If I could, I was going to say, It was like a little blur, like a little haze when everything broke out. But I do remember the main heckler, the dude that was talking the most shit, that was throwing the water bottles, that smashed the speakers. Y'all Thumb fucked him up. I mean, like I was because we was breaking down, and I turned around and I see Y'all Thumb. He tried to rush Y'all Thumb. Y'all Thumb grabbed him, hit him, kneed him in his shit, knocked him on the ground, was beating his ass. So I'm like, damn. I was happy to see him get fucked up. I was. He was the main heckler throughout the whole thing.
I got to jump in if I could, Cap.
He was the main agitator. Go ahead, Napadazar.
So like, I hate to take too much time, but look, I remember the four main things I remember in the blur, right? Of course, I remember what happened to me personally, but I remember the most memorable moments was Cap. Like you said, that stick hit, that was like a movie because it's kind of like the Matrix. Like when shit explode, it just went in slow pieces off his head and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was memorable. The other thing that was memorable is Nakashwan. Nakashwan did some I could never remember this cat off Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang. He do the kick in the air with his feet. Nakashwan came through the fucking air, man, and kicked some nigga in the head. I was like, well, goddamn, this cat, you know what I'm saying? He had to be done, you know what I'm saying? The other thing, I saw Amawan Gabar, right? Amawan Gabar was like he 10-piece the nigga, you understand? 10-piece the nigga and just beat his ass. And the other memorable thing, like Nakashwan had brought out, Y'all Thumb had some. Now this is the part that brothers got to clarify for me. Y'all Thumb had some nigga in the headlock, right? He got him in the headlock. He punching him in the ribs while he got him in the headlock. And I saw another brother from the camp punching him too. Like everybody had scattered like roaches. This poor nigga, man, he was just getting his ass beat by all of us. It's like it.
Damn right. Hey, that's what happens when you attack people. You can't just attack people. You know what I mean? Just because you don't like what they saying or just don't like their protest or their speech, you can't attack them. You can't do that. That's not, you know what I mean? That's not no law nowhere. You're not protected by no law. You know what I mean? So that's what happens. They just decided, they thought, I don't know what the fuck they thought, but they're going to think twice now. But Madara, we all introduced ourselves in the beginning. If you could introduce yourself, this is just the first episode. Everybody, we're going to have to finish this in the second episode on Tuesday at 9 p.m. We're going to do this again on Tuesday at 9 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. to go over the rest of the incident because, we getting all the show together today, introducing all the brothers of the Kentucky 8, and we just now getting into the story. So we were not going to be able to cover the whole story tonight. So we're going to have to cover the second part of the story next show at Tuesday, 9 p.m. All right. Before then, we're going to introduce Madara, and we're going to give a little bit more about what happened the first melee. All right. Go ahead, Madara, if you can. Introduce yourself. What made you come into the truth? What drew you into the truth? How'd you find the truth? You understand? I'm going to unmute your mic. Go ahead and speak.
Can you hear me, Cap?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. Go ahead and speak.
All right, Most High in Christ. Priest and officer of 1,000, Madara Bangad. You understand? I first found out about. Well, I'm gonna start from the beginning. We'll take it way back. Understand? So at first, I was watching, a lot of Malcolm X and Khalil Muhammad videos, simply due to what it is that they were saying about, Black unity. I like the things that they were saying, and I was trying to figure out, how is it that I could take what it is that they're saying and their teachings, and how can I apply it for, our people? Because, much like, a lot of brothers, I always wanted to lead, Blacks and Native Indians, because I didn't really know Hispanics were our brothers, until I came into the school. So I was watching them, but I was sitting there like, man, I don't want to be no funky Muslim out here, because, who the hell wants to follow the Quran and all that garbage? So I was just watching them, and then one day, one of these breakoff groups, their videos started playing after a Khalil Muhammad lecture. And, I was just watching it for entertainment at first. I was still getting high, still plotting and scheming on unlawful things. You understand? And I was basically jumping around from group to group, and I noticed how they were all bad talking the UPK and telling Jakes to stay away from the school. Just letting it be known that we supposedly don't have the truth and there's something off about us. So first, that really deterred me. So I was watching all these groups, planning to, go damn near halfway across the country to, get their teachings and whatever other garbage it is they provide me with. And then one day, a street speaking by Captain Tazariak, I believe he was battling a Muslim, started automatically playing after, one of these group so-called camps. And then, I was only maybe 10, 15 minutes through Captain Tazariak's street speaking, and I was like, man, these brothers right here, these brothers, they got the truth. I need to get with them. And I didn't even finish the video, and I started looking up at ISUPK, near me. And at first, Indianapolis didn't show up. Only Louisville did. So I was about to drive 2 hours, for their class days to go and get the truth. And then I clicked on that school link, and then Indianapolis popped up. I ended up calling you. You handed me over to Officer Tarab. He let me know what I needed. And then ordered all my things off of Amazon so I could be ready for the class in 2 or 3 days. Got there. Officer Patazad opened up that door.
Big time, man.
Hell yeah.
Peeked his head out. He was like, can I help you? I was like, hey, I said, shalom. He's, I'm here for classes. He's like, you here for the I.S.U.P.K? I was like, yeah. And then, patted me down, asked me questions, the whole shebang.
Right.
Since then, you already know.
Hey, you've been a solid soldier ever since. You understand? Hey, you said you looked up Amazon, huh? You said you went and bought what you needed. You got your starter kit together.
Got my Apocrypha and my Zondervan Bible dictionary. Shoot, I was ready to go.
What's in Christ?
Go ahead, boy. Hey, Matarot almost didn't get in the door, Cap. I looked at Matarot, when he first came, he ain't had a flavor, he ain't had all the sauce he had. He was real young looking, like real baby faced and everything.
Yeah, he was pasty, boy. He was fresh, boy.
Yeah, he was
straight from the world.
Hey, he was vanilla as hell, Cap. And so when he came to the door, when he said, I'm here for class, I'm like, you here for I.S.U.P.K classes? So like it.
Hey, what's that Christ? Hey, he was ready too, though. Came in on all black. Hey, hey, well, he looked us up. He looked us up, and he knew what he wanted to do, like a real man, and he stepped up all the way in that shit. You know what I mean? So, that's pretty much all the Kentucky 8 brothers was able to introduce themselves. Hamakba, if you had something, go ahead.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. This is Officer Makba. Just to tell the people out there to get your mouth watering for next week, man. We go into the whole thing, like the background. We didn't really get into the build-up of the Kentucky 8, of why they recognized us and they want to come back out there. We're going to get into that next week if I could. And then we're going to get into what happened at the correction office. We didn't get into what happened at the correction office. So it's going to be juicy, man. Make sure y'all tune in next week.
Right.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday. Man, it's going down. For real. Most High Christ.
Damn right, warrior. Damn right. So yeah, every Makba, if I'm in the Patazad, if I'm right, every brother introduced themselves. Only ones we still want to probably get in is what's my brother's name on the tip of my tongue. He was at the first incident.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. and the Sharnaquat. We need to get them two on the show next week. We need to get them two on the show next week so they can introduce themselves as well, because they were a part of the first incident, you know what I mean, which struck up the second incident, you know what I mean? So we definitely want to get them on next week's show on Tuesday so they can introduce themselves, because they're going to be regulars throughout the show anyway. Isaiah, he need to introduce himself. You know what I mean? Brothers who are going to be regulars on the show, They definitely want to got to introduce themselves. We'll do that next week, and we'll cover the rest of what happened. Like I said, we only kind of got into the first bit of it. You know what I mean? It was really two separate brawls and fights that went down. So we just kind of just barely talked about the first one. We still got some more because Madara right here, he still ain't told what all happened when he was in there. You know what I mean? He was right next to me in the beginning, and then when we got to the van, it was just me and him, and I'm like, where the rest of the brothers? So we had to go back into action. You know what I mean? So we definitely ran out of time. But like the brother said, tune in on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do the show Tuesday and Friday, 9 p.m. Every Tuesday and every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Kentucky 8 podcast. All right. Any brothers want to give some closing remarks? We're going to get ready to close it out. Go ahead. Any brothers, rank order. Give some closing remarks.
Yeah, if I could, Cap, I just want to let everybody know, man, that, we obviously going to get into more of the story, but all the brothers on here, man, everybody has the heart of a lion, man. Ain't nobody fold. This is just, it's a small thing in our mind, but, we saw how much it strengthened the nation. Shit, we didn't see no other way but to stand and get each other's backs. And, the Lord, what I'm saying, he preserved us for sure, man. So all the brothers on here, we got, hearts of lions, man. I want to commend all the brothers again. We didn't already received all the glory from, Commander GEN.YAHANNA on down, man, which we appreciate. But hey, listen, if we had to do it again to protect each other, we'd do it, 1 time, 10 times, 100 times, man. And that was it, Cap.
Hey, and if we had to do it again, I'm gonna whoop even more ass. That's all I know. I'm gonna whoop even more ass and be more efficient at whooping ass. But yeah, let's go rank order. Some more closing remarks.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. This is Officer of 1,000 Hamakabah. I just want to say, man, that was an unbelievable experience, legendary. I've been through many things. I lived in the projects as a youth, many gunshots and violent accounts, and doing it for righteousness, experiencing that, trying to stand up for your people, man. It was truly an eye-opening thing. So make sure you tune in next week to the I.S.U.P.K. Kentucky 8 podcast, man. We're going to bring out some real heavy stuff. And then going forward, each of the brothers is going to bring out a news story. You know what I mean? Current events. Like, I know you've seen what happened on Capitol Hill. Man, they barged into our building of business at that campsite. It wasn't no different. You know what I mean? And we did what we needed to do to defend our government, the nation of Israel, and the I.S.U.P.K. and Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
Damn right. And the difference between us and the white man's government, they folded. And they got overrun and all that. We ain't fold. We held it down. You understand? For Commander GEN.YAHANNA, for the truth, for Yahweh Shai, all of that. Rank order. Who else we need to give some more closing remarks.
It's like I just want to give a shout out, to these 7 brothers on this podcast with me, for holding their ground out there and standing for the truth, against this ravenous mob that decided to, attack us unwarranted. And most importantly, shout out to the Most High for knowing what he's doing and bringing straight soldiers, brothers that anyone could depend on to watch their backs. That's all I got, Cap.
Damn, that was heavy. Most High in Christ from a Native American right there. You understand? Go ahead. Who's next? Hold up, Nakashwan. You went unmuted. You was on, but then you went off. We should hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, Kai. Yeah, if I'm gonna say, if I could, like we didn't got the, like Austin Bonds, I said, we didn't got the glory down from all the way from Commander GEN.YAHANNA all the way down, and it really did strengthen the nation. It really did. Like you would have never thought from just that incident, that small incident, which means small, with just 8 brothers in Kentucky, it really like strengthened the nation. Like the way the brothers took hold of it, it was amazing because at that point, if you really didn't know what it means to die for your brothers, I really learned at that point, and it strengthened the nation, and it's just something that I can never let go of. Something that just nobody should really let go of, and it really should bring more brothers inside this truth, especially with us doing this podcast and reminiscing about it. If I could.
Damn right, heavy. Nakashima, you stay jumping it heavy. God damn, man, you need to keep them classes going and come on down to Indy sometime. I might have to come pick you up one of these days, man, so you can teach class down here, man. Oh, we do virtual. Right. We need to do virtual nowadays. All right, I'm be hitting you up, Nakashima. Make sure you in the virtual class from now on, because you stay dropping it heavy. Everybody, that's a young man. He just graduated high school like a year and a half ago. He's still drinking baby milk. You know what I mean? But he dropping it heavy on everybody all the time, every camp. You know what I mean? So that's just what the UPK, that's the Lord. You know what I mean? That's only the Lord that a young man would be up, he's up here with grown men dropping it heavy. You know what I mean? So that's keep it up on the Nakashwan. I'm be in contact with you about getting in class virtually this week. But who go ahead, Warrior? Who's next on the ranks?
Hey, shalom, Lord Christ. I mean, like our King Yahushua said best, though. He say he shall lose his life, shall save it. You feel me? That's what happened out there that night. That day, we was ready to lose our life, and he saved our life, and he put us up there. You feel me? They glorified us for that one incident, and it was just like we not a separate group or nothing. We I.S.U.P.K. One West, to the death, and it's just another symbol of the Lord showing who He's with. So if you in any fake Israelite groups, get out of them groups, man, and find the nearest I.S.U.P.K. school in your city. That's all I got.
Damn right. Hey, you wasn't scared, Wangabar. You was doing some of the most ass whooping. You and Yao Thumb talking about you about to lose your life. You about to take a life out there. But yeah, keep it rocking out there, Wangabar. Who next on the line, on the ranks?
Kind of a concert. That's me, Officer 500 Yao Thumb out of Dayton. I just want to say, man, it was an honor to, to truly serve with you brothers. I mean, to all the men above me, even the men below me, which ain't many, but it definitely showed me what a true unity camp was. You understand? That was a true unity camp. You know what I'm saying? There was no doubt in nobody's mind that we had each other's back. There was no doubt in nobody's mind that we was ready to live, fight, and die that day for each other. Right. And it was empowering. I know for me personally, just because this is something that brothers look for when they join a gang. But you can't get it in there. You can only get it in the truth when you're in the home of the truth. So everything you're looking for in the world, you're going to find in here. It's going to be in here serving the Lord under one body. So, like he said, it's a lot more. It's a lot more that we got to speak on. So I'm not going to tell too much. But it was an honor. It was definitely an honor serving with y'all, and I'd do it any other time. Most High Christ.
Damn right. Yeah, right, Yao Thumb. Hey, don't get it twisted. Yao Thumb and Wangabar, they were one of the main two progenitors out there. I don't even know if I'm using the word right. They were one of the main two out there doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? So, all right, Makwawa. Makwawa, let's try to get you. Can you hear it? That's all right. We're gonna get these systems together. Everybody donate to the ISUPK. I go to ISUPK.com, put a donation on the school so we can get Makwawa a new phone so the brother can never have a problem getting in the Kentucky 8 podcast and its own. Napadazar, get with Makwawa so we can get him all the equipment he needs. Because Makwawa stay dropping it heavy. Go ahead, y'all with them.
No, I think you know what I'm about to say. I think he got an iPhone, sir. Salaki, I'm done.
He coming for you, Napadazar. He coming for you. But definitely, man, shout out to all the brothers. Shout out to Commander GEN.YAHANNA for holding the truth down, for teaching all us brothers how to do the will of the Lord, giving us the opportunity to do the will of the Lord. I mean, it was just amazing, amazing experience, amazing what happened out there. You know what I mean? It was life changing. It changed my life forever. I ain't gonna lie. It changed my life forever. I would, after the incident, I was damn near traumatized for like 2 days straight, just thinking like, damn, this was some crazy shit we just got into. And we really, fought against a mob and prevailed. You understand? Like I said, it was between 15 to 50 people out there at any given moment from across the street, from around the corner, from everywhere. And we really, held down the truth and did the training. They trained us for it. You know what I mean? So it's not like we can't say, Hebrew Academy graduates, it's not like we can say we wasn't prepared or we didn't think something like this was going to happen. You know what I mean? It actually happened and we actually prevailed. And it was amazing. You understand? It was amazing. It made me think. It made me more motivated for the Lord. It made me trust in the Most High even more. Hold on 1 second. Let me get that noise out. It made me trust in the Most High even more. It made me, look at my brothers differently. These brothers that went through this with me and all the brothers in the school that, bigged up the event. Like I said, I didn't think it would be this big. I didn't think brothers would, big us up and be inspired and all that. I figured it'll be what happened. We'll put it in the records and that's it. But, Commander GEN.YAHANNA with his wisdom, and his spirit of the Lord, really, honored us and brought us to the forefront of all the brothers and made the situation, really what it was. Like, we didn't know what the situation was. We were fighting for our life. We was fighting for the truth at that time. So, but we didn't see it like Commander GEN.YAHANNA seen it and the generals seen it. They seen it as what it was. And I'm forever grateful to them that, for all they done and for all the big ups they gave us, all the accolades. The Kentucky 8 picture is going to be in every school across the nation until Christ returns. We still got to get together at the Passover and take the final Kentucky 8 picture with all the Kentucky 8 brothers in it. And so all the schools can have that picture and put it in their schools across the whole world. Until Christ returns and even more so. So it's going down in the records. It's going on down in the history. I'm grateful to it. Like I said, we all was fighting for our life. So it was just amazing. I can't say nothing more. Hamakabaf, I think I'm connected to where I can play a song. Let me see if I can play this song and let me see if it comes through. I'm about to press the song. Everybody tune in on Tuesday at 9 p.m. We're going to do this again. And that's it. You know what I mean? Kentucky 8, baby. Hamakabaf, let me know if you can hear the music, just so I can double check. There we go.
We good, Cap.
Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, I.S.U.P.K, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, Feeling unstoppable, cause the Lord is with you, Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, Who I be? Crime about, never south, break these bitches out. Get one through your stomach, through your damn meal figure. One West, nothing but soldiers and real niggas. Let my eyes get ya. Kiss the motherfucking booth of play nice picture. If you ain't an Israelite, and I don't fuck you. To pass and fly it through the bar, baby, you can take a picture. When they see us at the mall and we break it down, do it for the 12 tribe blood of an Israelite. When them baffles start to die, we gon' ride. Smash by the Most High, we gon' break the sky. When them white babies run, throw 'em off in the fire. Bury me a motherfucking piece when I die. U.P.K, one rest, you know that's the lie. Fuck the other side, we don't fuck with you, man. Pop, get the order and we gon' take one. U.K, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, Feeling unstoppable, cause the Lord is with you, Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, U.P.K, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, Feeling unstoppable, cause the Lord is richer, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah.
Podcast is over. We're not on the internet anymore. Hey, Shalom Makabaf, go ahead and close it out.